Hello everyone, I am Konique Parker, Executive Master Educator and Creative Artist for Farouk Systems. Thank you guys for joining me today. So on today, what I'm gonna do is share with you my foolproof technique for a guaranteed flawless silky silk press. Today on my beautiful model, Asia, which is also my client, we're gonna perform a silk press out. I'm gonna go through the techniques with you, the tools that we use, and the products. Asia is actually a 3B texture. This technique that we're gonna do with the silk press today, you can actually use it on all hair textures and types. So let's get started. First we're gonna do is section her hair. Asia has already been pre-prepped. So we've already shampooed her, we've deep conditioned her, we've added silk, of course, because you cannot do a silk press unless you actually use silk, and we are the creators of silk. Okay, so what I did was shampoo her first. I, of course, deep conditioned. I brought her under the dryer with the silk press in, along with the deep conditioning treatment. I allowed her to be on the dryer for about 10 minutes, and then I allowed her to cool down for 5 with a processing cap. I took her back to the shampoo bowl, rinsed her out, and then sectioned the hair in 4 sections. Our Keratin Mist is an excellent product for detangling natural hair. It's also a porosity equalizer. It's an excellent product to use on all your naturals. So when I brought her back from the shampoo bowl, I detangled her with the Keratin Mist and I put the silk back in. She's under a cool dryer for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say. You want the hair to at least be about 70% dry, okay? So when I bring her back from under the dryer, I'll section the hair in 4 sections. Use our lava or our G2 flat irons. One of the things that you're going to notice, of course, with our lava, for one, that is patented and the plates are infused with ceramic and volcanic ash on the lava, and it actually comes in 2 different sizes. And our G2 is infused with ceramic and titanium plates. So both of these are going to give you 2 different looks. The G2 works for me, in my opinion, better on textured hair that's textured between a 3 and a 4. Our lava will work better on textured hair patterns from 1 to 2. You'll get a more silky finish with the lava, and with the G2 iron, you're gonna get fullness and still a silky finish. Just 2 different ways, and I'm actually gonna show you that. So let's get started. What I'm gonna do first is use our silk, our Chi Silk Shine Infusion, and you can't do a silk press again without using silk. I'm gonna use a dime size. I'll emulsify it in my hands, and I'm gonna go through her hair with it. Look how shiny it already looks. And make sure I get it all the way through. I'll take my comb, I'll comb through that section. Also, a key to any of the silk presses is the sectioning. We're gonna do thin section parting, okay? So bring your head down for me, Asia, please. I'm gonna start at the nape of the neck. I love to start these in a V section, working on both sides at the same time. But first, I'm gonna show you what the G2 flat iron would look like once we pass it through her hair. My tool for 415. One of the cool things about this G2 iron is the fact that once you cut it on, you can control the heat settings by doing an automatic adjustment. It has one for fine, medium, and coarse hair. The coarse hair will always show, once you press through it, it will show actually red. And then you can go and control the heat settings by either adding more to it or decreasing it, okay? So what I'll do now, you wanna make sure you're using a heat-resistant comb. You'll apply tension. With the G2 iron, that you're gonna let the tool do most of the work. So I'm actually just getting as close to the hairline as I possibly can. I'm closing my iron and I'm taking my comb and pressing through and guiding it. So do another section for you. Okay, so this is actually the G2. We're gonna let it cool. One of the key things also with your silk press is to make sure you allow the hair to cool before you comb through it. That's what I notice a lot of stylists do. As soon as they flat iron, then you wanna run your comb through it. Don't do that. Allow the hair to cool the same way you would with if you were curling it, okay? So we're gonna let it cool and we're gonna move to the very front quadrant so you can actually see what the lava looks like. So again, for the front quadrant, we're gonna do a dime to a quarter size of our Silk Shine Infusion. We're gonna emulsify it. We're gonna make sure that we start at the ends, go around to the top of the hairline, around the edges, of course. Just really make sure that we get the silk all the way through the hair. Because why? You know why? Because we're not doing a silk press unless you're using silk. Okay, comb through it. When I'm starting around the front, I love to also work in beads again. Going around the hairline first, small section, and then right above the ear. Always, guys, remember the key to your silk press again is a smoothing technique that you want to make sure you're doing thin sections. Our heat on our lava tool is at 420 degrees. Hi guys, we're back. We're finishing up the last two passes on her hair. I've been using our G2 iron, the 1 1/4 inch. When I use the top section of her head, when I'm getting ready to do my iron pass, I want to pull up and out. So up over directing and then pulling straight down. Remember to let it just fall and cool by itself. And the very last one, same thing again. The very top section, I'm gonna pull up and then straight down. I'll allow it to cool, and then what I'll do is take each of these sections and marry them together. So I'll comb the hair down. So I'm gonna take it again, mid shaft, close the iron, and pull it all the way down. I'm marrying that whole section together. And then one more time here in the front. Again, mid shaft, close my iron and keep it moving. Marrying that whole section together. See how that nicely seals the cuticle off? Now I'm gonna let it cool off.